Hello, Jonas Rex, your captain of the 1912 Titanic swim team here, and I'm bringing you Electivire EX. I had seen my boy Furt Twister get down on some Electivire. He was dominating up in the Master Ball ranks, and you know, now that I'm a Master Ball rank, I decided, hey, let me see if I can get to cooking with it. I took his Joltik idea, because that seems like the easiest way to go ahead and charge this Electivire EX up to swing 280 damage every single turn, but I also added Miraidon for consistency. Being that Electabuzz is not 70 HP or lower, we can't buddy poffin for it, so being able to just open one Nest Ball, go Miraidon, get Joltik and Electabuzz on the first turn going second, plus a Jet Energy means that this Joltik is going into the active spot right away to go ahead and charge up our Electabuzz for the follow-up turns where we're either going to Iono, Research, or Arven and eventually find our Electivire. We're cooking pretty early, pretty consistently. Now, going first, you're gonna struggle. It is not the same deck when you go first. When you go second, you feel like you're on tempo. You feel like your opponent has to respond to you. When you are going first, you feel like you are in a step behind the entire way, but it is still doable. The way that you can make this doable is by being able to one-hit KO big threats in the meta like a Gardevoir or a Dragapult EX, and the way that we do that is with Maximum Belt or Gravity Mountain. Both of these are excellent ways to go ahead and reduce Gardevoir, Dragapult, Charizard, all into ranges where this 280 damage one-hit KOs them. The way that we're getting to those is with Arven. We have Professor's Research, we're digging. We have Iono, we're hand disrupting. We have our boss's orders, so we can go ahead and go around and hit what we need to hit. The other thing that's important to know of this Electivire is that the dual bolt attack does 50 and 50. I mean, I can do 50 to one of your Pokemon, 50 to another. It doesn't matter if they're in the active or on the bench. And the benefit to that is that I can go ahead and start making it really difficult for evolving decks to evolve up their stack as per usual. If I can go ahead and start hitting a Ralts before they have a chance to turn it into a Kirlia, they are going to now need a rare candy. Otherwise, if they go into a Kirlia that's now 90 HP, I can go ahead and just finish it off with another 50-50. And if they have two Kirlias out there, I'm hitting both of them. So they really need to stay on tempo, or else they're going to be getting picked off of the bench. This does help later in games when I need to do some better math. This helps me put damage on things like a Dragapult, a Gardy, a Charizard, what else is big in the meta? I mean, I seen a Titan on the ladder. You can go ahead and dual bolt, hit the Badoo in the active, put 50 on something else. Again, that makes your high voltage press later in the game for 280 damage. That makes that hit for a one-hit KO, and that's how you can turn things in your favor, is making sure we can take these big one-hit KOs over and over again. I am playing 2 Bravery Charm because we do have a lot of support Pokemon here, and you know, having my Fezandipiti on the bench at 210 feels bad. Having my Fezandipiti on the bench at 260 feels a little bit better. Same thing for my Mew, being able to bump that up to 230 feels pretty okay. Squawkabilly doesn't really feel any different, and being able to bump my Miraidon up to 270 feels a little bit better as well. We are playing 10 basic lightning energy because I do want to be able to hit these off the electric generator. We're also playing 4 basic grass energy because I want to make sure there are at least 2 in the deck when it comes to using my Joltik play. We're playing 2 jet energy. Sorry that they are mismatching because I only had 1 gold and I don't want to spend my credits on that, but I do want to show y'all what I got in the deck, and that's going to be really helpful in case I go Joltik. Then next turn I can use the jet energy to go ahead and bump this into the active, and I preserve the energy on the Joltik to possibly use the Joltik play again in the future, maybe continuing to offset the prize trade if they didn't already take out a Joltik, or if I just need a recharge because things went completely haywire. Now, all this sounds good in theory, but let's see how it is in practice. All right, we're gonna get jiggy with Electivire. Get absolutely shocked by how well we're gonna do with this thing. This Electivire list wants to go second. We are a Joltik list. Going first is not the worst thing in the world, but then you have to set up 2 Electivires because you're gonna put a bunch of energy on one, and if they boss that up, then we're gonna be in a tough spot. Hopefully they pick Tail so I can say, no, I wanna go second. And hopefully we just open a way to get to our Joltik, and once we get there, we're gonna be smooth sailing. We're just gonna try and swing as hard as we can every turn. It's a very 4-head deck. Perfect. This is a perfect opening. All right. We're just gonna maintain an energy in hand or a way to get to energy in hand, and being that we're going second, we will have access to supporters and other ways to get there. So this is the perfect hand that we would want. Maybe we can go ahead and get a Miraidon, get another Electabuzz. Do we even need to get Miraidon down in this scenario? We have the Miraidon, so we can go ahead and do a little bit of extra consistency there off the Nest Ball, right? Nest Ball turns into Electabuzz and Joltik, which is exactly what we need to get started on the deck. But right here, we're playing exactly how we want to play. And it looks like Gardevoir's playing exactly how they want to play as well, but we have the Gravity Mountain and the Max Belt, so we're just going to go ahead and swing big on some things. And if we can put the tempo on them, then they're going to be in a tough spot as well. All right, they're going to get their Monkey Dory. They're going to start doing some Monkey Dory shenanigans, moving some things around. But what I'm hoping is that they don't have the dark energy to attach right now. That way that attachment for turn will come later at the cost of something else. Actually, this is Gardevoir. It's not going to cost anything because they're just going to go straight into Gardevoir and get all those psychic energies out of the deck anyway. Artisan here. Possibly. Artisan. Pardon my horrible attempt at a French accent. Go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below on a scale from, let's say 8 to 10. 8 being the worst, so I can look at that and feel good about myself. Just kidding. Give me 1 to 10. 1 to 10 on my French accent there. Expecting a lot of 1s, maybe a 2 in there somewhere. Just like the number of Ralts that they have in action now. We're going to go ahead and get our Joltik charge going on this turn. Not a ton that I want to do. I don't want to put other cards in their hand, but we can Artisan since they did place this here for us. Second Electabuzz. It's usually all that we need here, so I'm going to go ahead and attach. Let's go ahead and Arven. Generator seems fine. Maybe Nest Ball, actually. Nest Ball so I can get to the Mew so we can draw a little bit more. And I think we save the Maximum Belt for when we need to KO that Guardy. So I'm going to go Heavy Baton here first. Yeah, the Mew seems fine. I'm not in a rush to get down to Miraidon right now. We have everything that we need, so I'm going to go ahead and stick this over here. Too many cards for us to go ahead and use the restart ability, but that'll come in due time. We're going to Joltik charge here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Want me? Hey, you know I want you. Oh, you know you want me. You know I want you. Maybe we should have Ultra Ball because we're going to be relying a lot on this Iono to find an Electivire. And if they Badoo lock us, we're going to be in a tough spot. We are going to be in a tough spot, but that's fine. I'm a gambling man. We all know it should have been Ultra Ball. If this is your first time on the channel, I misplay a lot. If it's not your first time on the channel, then you know that I misplay a lot. We just get into our head and we start thinking way too far ahead, but they're gonna Itchy Paw on us for sure. Oh, just kidding. Never mind. They might have something cooking here. They go ahead and research the rest of that hand away. The Screamtail could be dangerous. Going hunting down things on the bench. He's in an Artisan because it does 220 damage to one of my opponents for each damage counter on this thing. So that could be, with a Bravery Charm, that's enough to actually snipe our Mew EX. So that could come up. That could be dangerous. Okay, there they get that going. Yeah, and the Itchy Paw in as expected. So we really need to hit an Electivire itself. There's a 3 in 38 chance. Okay, we got the Gravity Mountain. Let's go ahead and just get that out of the way. I can put this energy actually onto the Electabuzz. We're looking to draw a fresh 6. One of these is an Electivire. Oh, 2 of them are Electivire. Never punished. Never, ever punished. Go ahead and retreat here. Now, it would be nice to do the 50 and 50. Actually, that is really nice because then they have to evolve. Ooh, on the Drifloon, because the Drifloon's not going to evolve, and then we KO it. So we're going to go 50-50 here. We don't have to go into our high voltage press just yet. So I'll take a KO here, and this is going to be threatened. What's going to happen is they're going to take 30 off of it to put on something of mine, but I'm just going to 50 back on top of it again. So we're in a cool spot there. Unless they rare candy into Gardevoir, this is also not getting set up on this turn. And we could start getting real threatening. What does our opponent do here? Hopefully we didn't Iono them into rare candy Guardy. That would actually hurt my feelings. Hurt my feelings quite a bit. I did not need to bench that Mew either. We have not used the Mew restart at all thus far, but it could come up. Probably something we could have gotten later. Right now it's just a liability. I hope it doesn't come up to bite me in the rear end. 7 cards in hand. They gotta have ways to try and do something. All right, they're gonna get rid of the Gravity Mountain, bring down another Artisan. That's fine. We have one more Gravity Mountain in the back, and I actually should not have applied that Heavy Baton to this Electivire because I did want to utilize that for the Maximum Belt. That was just a mindless attach there. They're gonna counter catcher us. Uh-oh, that's a big boy up there in the active. I don't have a way to draw into a solution at this moment, but they're going to Iono us, so hopefully that gives us a solution. No, not quite, not quite. No solution just yet. And Arven gets us out of this. Oh, there comes the rare can. Oh, dang, just as we talked about. So actually, if they do snipe the MEW EX on the bench with a Bravery Charm, or maybe our Joltik, we can go ahead and go into our Fezandipiti and draw a few extra cards that can try and help us find our way to what we're trying to do. What we really need is Switch. Switch Boss would be great. That'd be pretty cool. Because then if we attack, they actually can't Monkey Dory the retreat cost onto it. They would kill themselves. So what are they sniping here? Oh yeah, they're gonna hit the MEW. So that's gonna be 2 prizes for them. We're gonna be able to Nest Ball, get our Fezandipiti. So this was a liability, but this is also going to enable Fezandipiti to help us draw more cards. So, you know, we'll see how that ends up playing out for us in the long run. But for now, it's gonna feel pretty okay. Okay, that's all of the damage off of the Drifloon, so that's no longer set up. They did get the second Monkey Dory down. And that's gonna hit our MEW EX. That's 3 prizes, bro. Oh my god, Guardy is a monster. So we definitely need the switch here, because we need to get things cooking and rolling. If they can't counter catch us, so it would need to be a boss to go ahead and set us up again, but we're gonna attach, so then we'll be 1 attachment away from being at least able to dual bolt if they try and do that again. Excellent play by this Gardevoir player. I really felt like we had the upper hand coming into this, but they're putting the pedal down right now, and we need to get something rolling. And I'm really feeling it with this Nest Ball. If our opponent ever picked their prize card, that would be absolutely delightful. And you know what? It might not even be their fault. It could just be Pokemon TCG Live being absolutely difficult, as it is known to be from time to time. Or it's our opponent just being an opponent and not being super. Oh, there we go. Finally. All right, here we go. We already know we're Nest Balling for Fezandipiti, and we have the Arven that's actually going to get us the switch. So let's get that first. We need this. We have a Maximum Belt that we're going to take just to have cards in hand, but we did already put things on board, so that doesn't help us. But this Fez is going to help us. All right, sick. Fez is going to do that. Oh, this Gravity Mountain is going to come into play. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. And we should probably go ahead and set up another Electabuzz while we're here. Maybe one that will be able... Oh, we don't have another Electabuzz to set up. All right, we're not going to put that on our bench. That just becomes a target. I'm going to go ahead and attach this here. We'll hold and hold and hold all of that. We don't really need to do anything with it. Taking the KO here, we can dual bolt. They can take all of the damage from this dual bolt off though, so I kind of actually don't want to leave them with damage to play with. They can go ahead and get their own damage to play with. I don't want to leave them with damage to play with, so we're gonna go ahead and take that out. We got an Electabuzz, cool. We're gonna want to get this on the bench, but we want to make sure we deal with some of the problems that are active before we do that. You know what I miss? What was it? There was like a scope of some sorts back in VMAX format where you can do like 30 more damage when you attack things that were on the bench. Boss Guardy here would be great. I would love that. Boss of the Guardy, Maximum Belt, Gravity Mountain. That thing's gone. Dunzo. Thrown in the dumpster. But at that same time, we do need a... Well, I mean, we don't even need a Maximum Belt at that point. We just need the Gravity Mountain, and that will be enough. Guardy's at 310. Yeah. Gravity Mountain does just enough. Maximum Belt does a little more than we need. So finding boss here would be great. We have none in the discard, I believe, so 2 in the deck. Excellent opportunity to swing this game, take out the Guardy, and then we just have a bunch of single prizers that can accelerate to themselves as long as they don't rare candy into a second Gardevoir on this turn. They are taking quite a while to play. Our opponent is down to 12 minutes already on the clock. They could either be thinking very heavily about their next move, as I know Gardevoir is more of a complex deck than what we're setting up here. We just have to decide what we're going to hit really hard. And in the words of Goku, Son Goku, you know, sometimes you just got to hit everything really, really hard. And in the words of Grizz, the head coach of the Chicago Bulls, you know, sometimes you just got to wait till next season. And then you'll cook. Wow, okay, our opponent conceded. They gave up. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I don't feel like that was a very great showcase of what we had going on, so I kind of want to go ahead and run that back. Oh my God, we're going first again, bro. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, all right. Okay.
I feel like Squawk is really not needed in this deck. We can definitely cut this for something else, I feel like. I'm not going to play Squawk this game. We'll see how that goes. Okay, we're up against Pult. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and get my double Electabuzz. Oh, we might need a Squawk because I don't have any energy for this Joltik. That's mad annoying. Okay, what do we do here? I throw one of these Maximum Belts down here. I Ultra Ball, get rid of this Miraidon, this Arven. Well, I mean, it's getting gotten rid of anyway, right? Whatever, double Ultra Ball, does it not matter? Let's go ahead and go get our Mew. Oh, we should have kept the Ultra Ball. Draw, I'll just draw another Ultra Ball. Nest Ball, that gets us the Fez. That's the final piece of this board, yeah. Oh, well, now I can't Squawk. Oh my God, bro, I'm playing way too fast. Arven's gonna get me there. Arven's gonna get me there. We're gonna draw an energy and we're gonna be fine. And we also have restart, so we're gonna be fine, we're gonna be fine. That's just a dumb play by me. And we actually might not get there because this Badoo might Badoo lock us. All we need on this turn is energy. We can work our way up towards other things afterwards. Ooh, that Iono is clutch. Thank you for that. That's going to be like energy double Electivire. Energy 1 Electivire. This Bravery Charm is going to be clutch on this Mewtwo because it's going to keep it from getting one hit KO'd by a Dragapult. But of course, if they decide to put any of those 6 damage counters on it, then that changes everything. So I'm going to go ahead and Bravery Charm it anyway, though. Let's go ahead and stick this grass energy up here because why not? Let's go ahead and get this Electivire going. This is the one that we're going to want to get the Heavy Baton on so we can rotate some attacks around. And I don't think I want to Iono here just yet because I want to make sure that I have the energies in the deck to do this. So we'll probably Iono on the following turn. Yeah, if I drew too many of the grass energies, that would have felt really bad. So we're going to go ahead and get those on there. Next turn, we attach Switch. Start KOing some stuff. Next turn, we could even just dual bolt. We can get 50 and then 50 on something else. If we get a boss, we might target the Latias. I don't know how important it is that we target the Latias right now. I want to start getting after some of these Dracloaks because they're going to start causing a ton of hand advantage. And this is not a Monkey Dory build, so I'm not too worried about leaving damage counters on the board so that they can use back against us. I'm really more concerned about just keeping pace with these Dragapults. Going second, we would have had a really favorable matchup. So by the time that they're evolving into these, we're putting 90. And it's kind of the same thing, actually, because we use a whole turn going into Joltik. They're going to be dropping this on the following turn. Same thing's happening, really. I'm going to go 90, 90. And I'm going to be okay with that. Unless they promote here and Dragon Headbutt. Yeah, no, they want to go. The HE Pollen. They think we're not playing the game, but we're doing just fine as is right now. I'm not too worried. Ooh. I KO this Dracloak. What if they rare candy? How important is it that they just don't get into a Dragapult? And all of their energies on this one. This just feels like a high value hit right here. Feels very high value. I'm going to go after it because why not? If they Itchy Pollen me, again, I'm not too worried. Depending on what their target is. Yeah, Itchy Pollen me again, I'll 50-50. And hopefully they don't Dracloak this one. What is that? Is that a Neo Upper? Do they have a rare candy? Okay, if they fire this off, we're just bumping the Mew. That feels fine. Jamming Tower has turned off all of our stuff, but we can go ahead and... Dang! Counter Catcher is going to get that. Well, it doesn't get that really stuck because I'm going to attach Retreat. What they should have done is brought up the Electabuzz. Even now, I'm pretty confident I'm going to hit an energy. We play a ton of them. Yeah, there's our energy. And we have the Gravity Mountain, so that will also help us. How awesome would it be? Second boss. And this is a Monkey Dory build, so I do not want to leave a ton of damage counters all over the place. That does not feel good. Itchy Pollen is fine. We're not nest balling for anything. Our Gravity Mountain will come down just to make sure that our thing doesn't get murdered. Go ahead and bring that down. Let's go ahead and attach here. We're going to retreat. And I'm okay throwing this 50-50. I am okay throwing this 50-50. Get the Itchy Pollen out of the way. We have 2 electric generators, another Electabuzz in the back. The only thing they're really going after with this Dragapult would probably be this Joltik. They're not KOing this. We KO it on the crackback. Even if they get rid of the Gravity Mountain, we KO it because 280 plus 50 is 320, 330, 330. And that's enough. I give them the Mew, and unless they have Jamming Tower, even this Dragapult doesn't kill it, and we get a free retreat. Unless they got something I don't know about. Taking the 30 damage off of that does end up killing. Oh, what are they going after instead? The Fez? I'm okay with that. It leaves me with my pivot. I didn't have a chance to get a Bravery Charm on that, but we are going to KO this in the crackback, so they're going to be heavily down because then they're going to have to start setting up their Dracloaks again, in which case I'm going to be 50-50 in them, and we can just take those off as well before they really even get going. We KO this. Next turn they... next turn they go to... Ooh. We're in a good spot. When nothing comes down, we're in a good spot because they KO this. We return KO on top of the Dragapult. That's perfect for us. Then by the time they start setting anything else up, we're already just dropping 50-50s. And if they have to go all the way up the tree without a rare candy, then that puts us in a great spot. That Buddy Poffin missed though, so okay. Hopefully they just miss on a turn in terms of finding the Dracloak, but 50-50s. I'm feeling it. I think that, oh, actually, Boss Latias. Done. That's the route. Boss Latias, and we're out of here. They can drop the Hawlucha. That'll get the Joltik. This will be 3 prizes. But then we come up, KO this, and they don't really have any attackers established. I'm not worried about this either. They have to do 80 damage to this before the Dragapult can one-hit KO it. So even if they put 60 on it right here, that's only going to be 250. That does put us in range of Monkey Dory doing something. But with no Dreepies on the bench, I'm fine. And this was an attachment for turn, so they can't really get this active right now. Yep, here we go. What we do want is to find a Heavy Baton just in case things go really south, but we like where we're at. We want to find Heavy Baton, but we like where we're at. Okay, yeah, they knew the math. That's exactly what they need so they can KO this, but we KO them here. I don't feel like there's a ton I have to do on this turn other than KO them here. And Arven's going to help me do that. Arven's going to go ahead and go get us an Ultra Ball and a Bravery Charm. No, Heavy Baton. That's the one we needed. Bravery Charm could have offset that. That could have been a thing, but I do want to keep all this energy in play if they do decide to KO this. So then I'm going to go Ultra Ball. Let's get rid of you and you. Have no need for that anymore. Go ahead and go get another Electivire. He's ready to go. And I'll just attach the one here. And we can fire off double Electric Generator. Ooh, that's 2. Love to see that. Let's go 1 and 1. Now this thing is absolutely ready, because when this Electivire goes down, we just move it over. And this Miraidon is 1 short. That can be an attachment for turn if we get it off of this restart. Ooh, another Heavy Baton. Too bad I'm really looking for a Bravery Charm at this point. That would be ideal. There's no way that both of these die and I don't lose, so I'm not going to bench anything else that can get threatened. Let's go ahead and just take this KO and hope that they don't have any follow-up. And perfect. We had a Jet Energy that can move the Miraidon into the active if we need to KO something there. But ideally, I want to find my last boss's orders. We already used 1. If there's a way that they get Dreepies in play, well, with both Monkey Dories, trying to go after those Dreepies is not ideal either. Going after this Blood Moon Ursaluna is pretty easy though. They're bringing that up. I don't even know that they'd be bringing it up. That can come up in KO. Energies come down to the Electivire. We KO it back, and that's game. So essentially a secession if they continue on this route. That's still fine. This still swings 280. That's more than enough to deal with the Blood Moon Ursaluna. Maybe they didn't read Heavy Baton. Maybe they're... Oh, it turns off the Heavy Baton. Okay, that's fine. Is that both of our Gravity Mountains down? That's the real question. Only 1 Gravity Mountain down. What gets us there, right? This easily gets us there, right? Jet Energy gets us up. That's 220. But I just need... I would still need Boss. Still need Boss. But this thing can't attack for 2 turns, so we can do... Let's go ahead and retreat. Attach. Iono them down to 1. I throw this baton on there just because. I'm going to lose my Jet Energy. How important is that? Not very, because 220 plus the 50 gets the job done. But that Monkey Dory does throw a wrench in my plans here. We switch into the Mew. We hold. We go Boss on the next turn. This can attack. He's on 1 card. We Boss hit the Latias for game. He has nothing, no damage counters in play. This Monkey Dory can't do anything. What's in his hand, dude? My heart is racing right now. What has he got? Come on. We're both at the end of this battle. Electivire has to beat Dragapult, please. Brings up the Hawlucha. Okay, sick. We got it. We got it, boys. All right, we're going to go ahead and Boss up the Latias. Retreat into the Mew. Take that 220. And we will be on our merry way. Whew. Okay, we managed to sneak out. Managed to sneak out there. Dragapult came back on us. You know, this deck, when you go second, feels very, very strong. You feel like you're right on pace. You feel like you're doing exactly what you want to do. For some reason, when you go first, the deck does not feel nearly as great. Something that I am very open to cutting is that Squawkabilly EX. I feel like it actually is just a liability on the bench, something that I want to get out of using, but also might have helped my opening hand a little bit more. If you have any suggestions on what we could replace that with, go ahead and let me know down in the comment section, because as always, I love getting better at the game, and I love when you guys go ahead and help me out with that. But until next time, my name is Jonas Rex, and I am your captain of the 1912 Titanic swim team, and I'm signing out.